How's it hanging, everybody? I'm Lindsay Geektron, and this is LolKing's League Trends for the week of March 17th, 2015. And before we hop onto the Rift, I want to take a quick moment to tell you guys all about LolWiz. LolWiz is a free app optimized for Overwolf that provides in-game rank stats showing rank, KDA, masteries, and win-losses for all the players in your game. LolWiz also offers pre-configured bookmarks with in-game web browsing capabilities so you can save your favorite builds without having to alt-tab out of the game. Stay tuned to upcoming episodes of League Trends for more information on how you can get into the beta. This week, our featured champions include Kassadin, Pantheon, Nautilus, Vi, Sejuani, and Lissandra. Let's dive into Summoner's Rift. Several champions jump from fringe to mainstream in our increased pick rates list. Say hello to Sejuani, Kassadin, Victor, Kennen, and Volibear. You are null and void. That was Riot's message to Kassadin not long ago as they nerfed him down to a 36% win rate. Some compensation has been done in 5.5. His Rift Walk has regained a little range along with a lower mana cost. It also now goes down to a 2-second cooldown at max rank, which is quite short. So is Kassadin a champion again? Well, the increased pick rate tells us that players are trying to figure that out. He can cast his ultimate more times than he could previously, but the range is still 200 lower than it used to be. Chasing down targets will probably be easier, but getting the right entry into a team fight won't. Kassadin's Netherblade ability is an enhanced auto attack, so players need to get all the way in melee range if they want their full damage. The jury is still out, so maybe you'll be seeing Kassadin soon, or maybe you won't. Decreased pick rates start off with the legion of ex-DJ Sona players. Lissandra, Jarvan 4, Pantheon, and Morgana fill out the list. Pantheon is probably getting less playtime because players just want to try Cinderhulk junglers. That said, the new jungle item is both a blessing and a curse for the artisan of baking. War. Pantheon players love seeing champions like little old Amumu being played. A level 2 invade will almost always get a flash or a kill, and from there, it's possible to shut out these junglers with weak early games. Pantheon, however, has a weakness in the late game, especially if he doesn't get big. Many of the junglers being played right now scale very well if they survive the early game, so the pressure is on a Pantheon pick to make things happen fast and keep the game moving. Emergency CPR has been given to several champions on our increased win rates list. Kassadin, Azir, Nautilus, Urgot, and Zac all have some life in them again. The only champion on this list over 50% is Nautilus. Does the new Cinderhulk item mean it's his time to shine? Yeah, maybe. Nautilus has a bit more damage in the mid-game and plenty of crowd control, but still has some glaring problems. He has very low base movement speed and leans heavily on Moby boots to get his ganks off. This means that his actual stats in a fight are going to be lower than other junglers that buy other boots. This same low movement speed sometimes makes him a sitting duck when he gets invaded too. Other junglers with their 20 or more base movement speed advantage will have an easy time chasing down a Nautilus, especially if they have red buff. With all of that in mind, Nautilus can bring some crazy lockdown if he gets past his weaknesses. If you pick or play against him, keep these traits in mind so that you can plan accordingly. 2 standards and 3 oddballs show decreased win rates this week. Lissandra, Vi, Shaco, Olaf, and Poppy are on the spot. Vi received nerfs to her base movement speed and the damage of her assault and battery in the most recent patch. The hit to her ultimate is probably the one that stands out to most players, but the movement speed is actually the important one here. Vi used to have above average speed for a melee champion, which helps a lot when trying to wind up and land her Vault Breaker charge. Vi players would often just barely catch targets with the maximum range of the ability when trying to gank pre-6, so her early game is weaker now. This also means that Vi players will have to more frequently blow Vault Breaker just to get in ultimate range. When this happens, Vi will not have the damage or lockdown to handle a carry by herself. In this situation, she will need follow-up from teammates, otherwise the target will probably survive and escape. Don't be surprised if her win rate or popularity continue to fall. Junglers and solo laners top our increased ban rates list. Sejuani, Hecarim, Fizz, LeBlanc, and Katarina are all on players' radars. Sejuani has the highest win rate in the game at nearly 57%. That ban rate is lower than what it should be, so expect to see her name here in weeks to come. Right now, she has the best of everything. She has the crowd control and sustained AoE damage that other tank junglers offer, but she also has respectable early ganks. Most tank junglers are vulnerable early game, but Sejuani's Arctic Assault ability allows her to escape if she gets herself in a bad spot. She even gets a little extra damage out of the new Cinderhulk item, as her Flail of the Northern Winds ability scales off bonus health, and Cinderhulk adds an extra 25% to bonus health. It's more icing than actual cake, but Sejuani doesn't need any more and could easily approach permaban status soon. Finishing up, we come to our decreased ban rates. Kalista, Lissandra, Ahri, and Vi have all been eased up on, while Gnar appears to be finally free. Be free, Gnar. Our featured champion, though, is Lissandra, who received a nerf to her Ice Shard damage last patch. The damage decrease goes from 5 at rank 1 to 25 at rank 5, which may not sound like much, but it is kind of because the ability is so spammable. This ability is maxed first in lane and goes down to a 3-second cooldown, so her poke and DPS are going to add up to less. The nerf hardly guts her though, as her true strength is in her mobility and crowd control. Ring of Frost and Frozen Team aren't skill shots, and thus very reliable when it comes to locking down the mobile pests that are in every meta. She'll do a bit less damage in your solo queue games, but expect to keep seeing her in professional play. And that is it for this week's show. Make sure you check back every Tuesday for the latest episode. Like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You guys all know the drill. Make sure you share this video around to all of your friends, and check out the LolWiz app at overwolf.com. I'm Lindsay Geektron. You can find me on Twitch TV at Lindsay Geektron. Thanks everybody so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.